Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Chris Davis, and today we are going to do another video game review. This one will be for Pokemon Scarlet. And I know you guys are saying, another video game review? Yes, and we are going to have more. So I'm going to bring out a review of Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. I will have those reviews out hopefully sometime like next week. But with that being said, let's get into the Pokemon Scarlet review. So, here's my review of Pokemon Scarlet. I really enjoyed the game. I like how this game, it's the very first open world Pokemon game. And with it being an open world Pokemon game, you can tackle any of the three main stories in this game in any order you choose. So you have the Path of Legends, you have Team Starfall and Starfall Street, and then you have the regular Pokemon League. You can tackle any of these main stories in any order that you like. That's what I really like about this game. I also like how the story is very centered around the Pokemon Academy and how you have to go there in order to unlock different things in the game, like the other legendary Pokemon, the Ruin Pokemon. So I really like that. I really like how you take exams and how you do certain tasks for your professors in order for you to form a bond with them. Another thing that I really like about Pokemon Scarlet in the open world is that Pokemon aren't hidden in tall grass. They're all out in the open. And with that, you can use the auto battle feature. So the auto battle features, you just throw your Pokemon out of its Pokeball, you press the R button, and then it can auto battle. This is really good if you're doing effort value training. And what really makes this very powerful is that there are Pokemon that are in hordes, which makes effort value training even faster. Another thing I like about Pokemon Scarlet is the new battle mechanic, terastilization. So, with terastilization, you have a Terra Orb, and you can use that Terra Orb to change your Pokemon's type to its Terra type. This is very good in battle because if an opponent is trying to use your Pokemon's weakness, it's really trying to aim for its weakness, you can change your Pokemon's type to where it's immune or it resists the attack, or you can change the typing so like your Pokemon has a type advantage against your opponent. It's really cool. It's a really cool mechanic, and what I really like about it is that it's not as overpowering as Mega Evolution. It's not as underwhelming as Z moves. So a lot of people were upset with Mega Evolution because they thought it was too overpowered. But terastilization, I think for a battle mechanic, it is very balanced. It can, depending on when you use it, change the course of a Pokemon battle. Like I said, if someone's really trying to aim for your Pokemon's weakness, you can change the Pokemon's type to the Terra type, and it can either be immune to it or resist it, which can help you win the game. But terrestrialization isn't game breaking to where if someone terrestrializes, okay, game over, you lose. No. Even if someone terrestrializes, if you battle strategically, you can still beat them. So I really like terrestrialization because it's balanced. It can change up the battle to your favor, but it's not overpowering. Speaking of terrestrialization, when you're out in the open world, there's Terra Raid dens and there's Terra Pokemon. So Terra Raid dens are dens where you can go into and you can battle Pokemon that terrestrialize. You can unlock tougher Terra Raid dens by collecting more gym badges. So if you want to unlock 6 and 7 star raid dens, which will have Pokemon with 5 or 6 IVs, or even possibly, 5 or 6 IVs, 5 or 6 good IVs, you want to complete all of the post game, and that will unlock those raid dens. Terra Pokemon are Pokemon that are out in the open world, but they're shiny. And when you go up to them, they immediately terastillize. These Pokemon do have some competitive viability. They'll have at least 2 or 3 good IVs. But if you really want like powerful Pokemon that you can use in like competitive online and stuff, it's really best for you to wait until you've beaten the post game and you can catch those 5, 6 IV Pokemon in the 6 and 7-star raids. Another thing I really like about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the ride Pokemon you get. So Koraidon in Pokemon Scarlet, Miraidon in Pokemon Violet. So with these ride Pokemon, they make traveling through the open world a lot easier. They can climb, they can glide, they can swim, but they can't do all of these abilities at the very beginning. You have to unlock their abilities by completing the Path of Legends, which will be completing a story arc in the game. So your ride Pokemon, it's really cool to use. You won't be able to battle with it until you've beaten the main story in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Another cool feature is the sandwiches. Sandwich feature, to me, it has its uses. I do like it. I do. But I think I like the curry system more in Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's just with the sandwich feature, it gives you bonuses and stuff, but it's a little bit too easy to do. I wish there was a little bit more like difficulty to it, like there was with the curry in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Okay, other things that I liked in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the Paradox Pokemon. So the Paradox Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are incredible redesigns of older Pokemon. So this is a good idea because some Pokemon that have been power crept out that don't have any like viability, you do some redesigns for them and you breathe new life into them and they're competitively viable again. So some Pokemon like came out long time ago, like they can't be used now in this current Pokemon generation, but you do a Paradox version for them, a completely redesigned, and they're completely viable. So, example, Mismagius and Mischievous, their Paradox version is Fluttermane in Pokemon Scarlet, or Delibird, which honestly no one's going to use Delibird, but if you create Iron Bundle, like in Pokemon Violet, that Pokemon is extremely viable and competitive. Like everyone's using Iron Bundle if you go online. So I do enjoy Paradox Pokemon, and I like the story behind all of them and how they're integral to the whole like story in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with Area Zero. And speaking of Area Zero, I do like exploring it. I like how big it is. I like the scenery in Area Zero. Now, some critiques of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The antagonist in the game, Team Star, they were tough, especially the Fire one. She was tough, but the reason why I don't like Team Star as much as I do previous evil Pokemon teams is they're not as compelling as villains. So when you play the game Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you just find out that Team Star aren't bad people at all. They're just misguided kids who just got fed up with bullying and stuff. In my Pokemon games, I do want it to be like more darker and for the villains, the evil team to be compelling. another issue with Pokemon Scarlet. When playing the game, there's a lot of bugs in it. A lot of bugs. My game didn't crash or anything like that. There were reports of that, but you could off. There were some. There were some things that weren't working like properly. So one thing that was really obvious to me was uh, the characters and the NPCs and stuff. Sometimes they were doing weird and wonky things. Another thing, the towns in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, it doesn't seem that there was a lot you could do in them. So usually when you're traveling through the Pokemon world, you can talk to the characters and they'll drop some interesting lore to you, or like give you an item of some sort. The towns in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet weren't as engaging. I guess the really big thing they were focusing on was the overworld and Terra raid dens and you exploring things with your ride Pokemon. But I wish the towns were more engaging for and had more stuff for you to do other than buying sandwich ingredients, and that was really it. The camping feature was pretty cool, but really you just did that for like sandwiches and stuff, and um, that would increase like your Pokemon's like friendship or a me status. Uh, but I really wish the towns were more engaging. So overall, really great game. Really enjoyed it. Really looking forward to the DLC that's coming out later on this year. Uh, I really enjoyed the game, and I highly recommend if you're a Pokemon fan or if you've been out of it that you pick this one up because it is different from the previous Pokemon games. It does change the formula. Um, it, it's still like catching and stuff, but it's an open world Pokemon game. You can tackle any of the main missions in any order you want. So that's all we have for today. If you liked what I had to share, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and all of you have a great day.